How's it going all? I have no idea who's going to show up or who's going to be here, but I couldn't wait. I really wanted to get into this Beckett box just to see all the cards, see all the grades. It's a little later than I planned on going, but I know that there's a few people going today, and I couldn't wait. So I'm being selfish, and I wanted to open this box. So we are going to get into it, and we'll see what we have. So let me, actually, before I open that, maybe I'll wait a couple minutes here just to see if people are coming into the stream, or to see, I don't know, who can or is showing up. And if we do want to run a break today, there is a Bowman break up on the website, so you can check that out up at the top of the chat here. That link is pinned. But we'll be getting into this box just to see what they all look like. I'm excited. All right, so we're gonna get into this and we'll see how it all goes. A pull tab down here. This is different than the last time I had a Beckett submission and things sent in, so I'm not sure. Like we have a bunch of just packing. So we got a box inside a box. There we go. Guys want to go to Comic-Con? There you go. I'm not anywhere near Boston, but there you go. Hey, JML, how's it going? I'm excited to get into this to see the grades. All right, here we go. And let's see, how's this opening? Looks like right here at the front. They definitely got things packed in here, that's for sure. Those cards were not moving anytime soon. Go this way. Super excited. So a lot of these cards are one-piece cards. So you'll see lots of the one-piece stuff here. There are sports cards, however. One of them you all will recognize as probably a pretty good card too. So I'm super excited about getting that one back. But we'll just see how the submission went. Let's see. We have... Don't want to look at that paper. That'll tell us all the grades. We will go like this. There's a nice Jackson Holiday there. But we are going to start with just stack here. Let's get into these. Take them out of the paper. We're going to flip it. So lots of one-piece cards. You'll see that coming up. Most of the well, actually, all the ones I had graded are super rares, secret rares, alternate arts, things like that. This is a Sabo from OP04. Let's go one at a time, or two at a time, because I don't think we can do one. I see nines. We got a 9595. 95 overall. Oh, look, one grade off. So in Beckett, in order to get a pristine, you need 3 10s. If you get the black label, that is all 4 are 10s. That's not bad though. 2 10s and 2 95s. 1 10 off of a pristine. These cards are very good quality cards, nicely made. Ah, that's kind of sad. 1 off of a pristine. Darn. Oh well, not too bad. Trable. Let's go here. We have a centering grade, 9.5. Edges are a 10. Let's go up this time. I think that'll be a little better. I see another 10. We got a pristine. Nice. Like these cards, the artwork is beautiful. Good quality cards. I mean, as you can tell, getting a Beckett 10, that's pretty good. So that's kind of nice. Pretty exciting there. There we go, a Beckett 10. That's cool. That is the first Beckett 10 that I have, so that's nice too. Kuziki Hiori. We have centering. We have a 10 and a 9.5 again. Super nice. I see another 9.5, so the highest we can get is a 9.5. The corners are a 10 also. That's unfortunate. Really like this card though. Very cool. Got in a 9.5 stack. Oh man. If you guys are familiar with Beckett, you can see that this is a silver label here, which means that is either a 9 or lower. Not what you're hoping to see. So let's figure out what happened with this card. On the Sanji 2 turn. That's unfortunate. 9.5, 9.5. Ooh, 8.5 on the surface. What? Man. I guess I should have looked at the surface a little better. I mean, it's kind of hard to see lots of stuff going on here. But, oh well, I guess it is what it is. Ah, that is too bad. Overall, still a 9. I mean, not the worst thing in the world, but do like to see a little better than that anyway. Here we go. This is one of the first cards that I pulled from OP02. This was actually the first box I was able to get. I found some OP01 packs. So that was kind of nice, but you know, as far as the booster boxes, this was the first box I was able to get. So this was kind of fun to pull from there. Pretty nice. Good question, Johnny. I don't know. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, but let's see. And I'll answer your questions in a minute, JML. We got a 9. Oh yeah, how did I not notice? Looking at it now, it looks so obvious, but definitely right side heavy. How did I not see that? That 9, 10, 10, 10. Man, that's too bad. That is unfortunate. Almost a black label. So I graded 15 cards. Actually, when I went down to the card show in Las Vegas, that was on April 20th. So that's when I went down, when I dropped these cards off. So it's been exactly a month. Not too fast, or not too slow, not too fast either, I guess. However you want to look at it. But it took exactly a month for them to get the cards graded and back to me. So super excited to get those. And then I did the special when I graded these. So that was, I think they had a special going for 15 a card. That's what I want to say. But that's the service I use. So I just used the base regular service, and the cards came back pretty fast. So that's kind of nice. Only a month's time to submit the cards, get the grades, and get them back in hand. So this card right here is definitely a part of my PC. Will always be a part of my PC. If you don't know, one of the things that I want to do is make a full plaque of the 1 of 1s here. If you can see that, this is a 1 of 1 of Martin Truex Jr. That's unfortunate. Not somebody that I collect necessarily for the racers, but that is the first of all of the cards. This is the first 1 of 1 that I actually opened out of anything. I got this out of a blaster box. I still remember that. I still remember how much I was shaking. Pretty cool. Like pulling a 1 of 1, especially from a blaster. I do see it gold, so we know it's not a black label. Black Finite, Martin Truex Jr. We have a 9-5, a 10 on the edges, 10 on the surface, and 9-5 on the corner. I thought we had a chance at a pristine for a 1 of 1, but I'll take it. Not bad at all. 1 of 1, Martin Truex Jr. And we have 2 of those. Let me find the other one. Go to this one first. Another gold label. So we have Jace Young. This is his first out of 2022 Bowman. So this is Bowman Sapphire here. I was going for actually this guy here, Jackson Holiday, but you know, got Jace Young. I had it. We were down there. The card looked really good, so I decided to get it graded. Let's see what we got. Well, that's a good start. Centering and edges both at a 10. Surface is a 10. I mean, it's not a black label, so that could only mean one thing. 9-5 on the corner, but it is a 10. Pristine Jace Young. Nice. That is not bad. So a pristine Bowman first, that's pretty cool. Excited to see that for sure. You don't get a lot of pristines. Hey Eric, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm excited. That's a good card. Getting a 10. All right, now we'll show these. If you have been collecting football or you know anything about it, you know what these are right here. I still personally have never pulled the downtown, but I was lucky enough to receive one of these. This is coming from Two Bros from their card break. This one, this Jackson Smith, was pulled by my wife over here. That was out of one of our wife wars. If you watched all of those videos, you probably saw, and you might even remember the one of which she pulled this in. So now we're going to have a little competition and see who graded better. I was super excited. I didn't know if I wanted to grade these or not, just because a lot of times the edges on these are really rough. Sometimes the corners too, but for sure the edges are rough a lot of times. But when I looked at this, they seemed pretty good and pretty smooth, so I decided to give it a shot and grade it. I personally like the regular Donruss Downtowns better without all of the lasers. I think these just look better, just my personal opinion. But we were there and I wanted to get it graded. Let's see what we got. So centering a 9.5, the edges actually got a 10. As I'm telling you what usually happens, that's crazy. So got a 10 on the edges, 9.5 on the centering, 9.5 on the surface. Darn, I buffed this one as much as I could too. I did as well as I could, but a 9.5 and the corners are a 9.5. So not too bad. 9.5 overall. There we go. Now, I will say that this card, when I was there buffing the card out, unfortunately, this one had a scratch on it over on the right side over here. We'll see as I flip it over here. But there was a scratch right here. And there's a little, I even get it to you. I don't know if you can see that little dimple too, but there's a little dimple as well. It's the best view. You can kind of see it, I guess. But just right here. I tried and I tried to get that little scratch and that little dimple out of there. I just couldn't. It's part of the card. So actually right here, here's that little scratch and there's that little dimple. Tried to get those two things. Tried and tried. Didn't work. Let's see what else we got. Oh my, well, that's a good start. The centering is a 10. The edges are a 10. Crazy. The surface is 9. So like I said, I'm not too surprised because there is a little scratch down here and there's a little dimple right there, unfortunately. And the corners are a 10. Oh, you know, man, 10, 10, 10, 9. So if this card did not have that scratch and did not have those dimples, this could have been a black label downtown. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say that this one wins. I lose that battle. That battle is not going to me with a 10, 10, 10. Oh, that is rough. That's very rough. I mean, I get it, Eric, because, you know, by Beckett grading standards, they can't give you that one. But I do wish that was the case. But like I said, there is a little scratch down here, and there is a tiny little dimple right there. So I get it. But 10, 10, 10, and a 9? That's brutal. Brutal, brutal. That is super unfortunate. Man, a black label downtown. That would have been awesome. That would have been so cool. Oh well. I'm not super excited here. Again, like I said earlier in the video, If you see the silver label, you know that's not usually a good thing because the card graded a 9 or lower. I thought this card looked great. I thought the centering on this was awesome. I didn't see anything wrong with the edges or anything. I buffed as much as I could, so I don't know. We'll see. So centering 9.5, edges are a 9.5. The surface is an 8.5. I don't know. It does look like I can see something right here. Don't know what that is. I mean, I buffed this card as much as I could. 1 out of 4. Hey, Alexandra, how's it going? I don't know. Can't tell if that's on the card or... Can't tell, honestly. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why the surface got an 8.5. I am just surprised. I don't know. Unfortunate. Yeah, I know, Brian. I don't know. Might have to crack that and see. I honestly have no clue. So another One Piece card here. Monkey D. Luffy. This is from OPO2. So centering, we have a 9.5 and a 10. Surface was a 9.5. Corners are a 10. Again, we are 110 off of getting a pristine. I don't know. Nice. I'm sure you all see this one. I'm saving this one till the end. Can't wait to see that. I do see that it's a gold label here. Actually, I see that this one is a silver. So let's just go here. I thought this card looked great. It's one of the black sapphire selections. Because it was numbered to 10, I wanted to take a chance. I examined this card as much as I could. Definitely buffed it out, did everything. I don't know if it's centering. I don't know, but it was numbered to 10. I figured I'd take a chance. Let's see what happened. Hey, Epic, good to see you. Well, it definitely wasn't the centering. 10 and 10 on the edges. How did this card grade how did it get a 9? Unless the surface is just terrible here, but I honestly don't know. Oof. 8. This card got an 8 on the surface. These are hard to see. Yeah, that's the hard thing too, JML, especially on the sapphire cards. Just because with all like the cracked ice effects and these multiple different colors and things like that, it's really hard to see. So, I mean, I buffed it. I didn't see anything. That's a tough one. It's hard to see 10 and 10 to start it and get a 9. That's a really tough thing, but That is part of what makes this card, being that this is a sapphire here, a Jace Young, a pristine. The surface on this one has a 10. That makes that even more rare. But, that's rough. This could have been a pristine too. Super unfortunate. That is something I need to get. I do need to get a magnifying glass for sure. Saving the best for last. Here we go. Nefeltari, Vivi. So another gold label coming up. 9.5 centering. We have 10 on the edges here. 10 on the surface. 10 on the corners. Got another pristine. There we go. Man, this was a overall good submission. I mean, a couple cards, of course, not quite what I wanted to see here. Getting those 9s, especially that Jackson Holiday. Oh well, what can you do? But there's another 10. These last 2, these are the big ones. You guys see this here? I don't know if you are familiar with Beckett, but Beckett black labels. Got to tell you the story on this one too. So I went to the card show. I was looking for one of these pre-release winners of Monkey D. Luffy. Didn't have to be this one. I just wanted one of the pre-release winner cards. Took me a long time to find it. Finally, I did actually, and this was after the second time I went back to Beckett because I was like, oh, do I want to submit? Let me just take one more look around. So as I was walking around, right before I headed back to the table, I found this. This was like right at the end. Pre-release winner. The only one I saw at the whole card show. I had to pick it up, so I did. I made sure that everything looked good. Did I want to submit it? Decided I did. And as you see, I don't need to do any short, slow reveal here because it's a black label. That's what that means. Everything got a 10. Pre-release tournament winner. 10, 10, 10, 10. My first black label. Super, super excited. Especially to get that on this card, which was, like I said, hard to find. But this was one of the reasons that I went to the card show looking for one of these. So it couldn't have come on a better card for me. Definitely going to my PC. That just is a huge, huge hit. Makes me super excited. So super, super cool. Very much. Yeah, we're just going to set that in the corner. Black label right here. Black labels from Beckett very much carry a premium compared to PSA 10s. PSA 10s, it's hard. I mean, BGS used to, then PSA took over. Now people are kind of thinking, oh, PSA is not as good. I don't know. We'll see where the grading market is in a couple years. I have no idea. Is Beckett going to take back over? Is it going to be one of the new grading companies? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And now for the big one. If you watched my review of the 23-24 Bowman University Chrome basketball, you might have seen that I pulled this out of a pack. Not a black label, but it is gold, so that's a good thing. Is it a 10? Is it a 9.5? Let's see. Caitlin Clark, on-card auto. There have only been 2 of these graded. They both had, I think, 9s and 9.5s on their grades here. So we'll see what this one is. And they both were, I think they sold for like $1,300 and then $1,000. So let's see what we got. Well, that's a good start. 10 and 10. Come on, let's see a pristine. 9, 5. One more. Let's see a 10. Oh man, 9, 5. I can't complain too much though. Like I said, there have only been, this is the third one graded. The other two had only 9s and 9, 5s. They both had, I think they were 9, 1 9, and then the rest were 9 5s. So to get 2 10s on this and then 2 9 5s, that's awesome. I wish that was a pristine, but oh well, can't complain. Did get the 10 on the autograph. One of the things that I do like about Beckett, and I'll show you here, if they do not think that the autograph is a 10, they don't list it. Why doesn't this one have that Beckett autograph? That is why. I will show you on the paper here. One of the nice things that Beckett does, if it's not a 10, they don't put it on the label because they realize that that kind of adds or detracts from the premium. Let me show you the paper auto here. Jackson Holiday, it was a 9. So they didn't put it on the slab, which I really like that from Beckett. I think that's a nice little thing that they do. So I'm happy to get a 10 here, a 9 5 10. That is a good card. That one will probably also be in the PC for quite some time. But yeah, there we go. Let me know what you think. Any cards, like, do you guys plan to grade cards? Do you have a company that you prefer to use? Do you have any black labels? That's another thing. I'm so happy about this one, actually. So that's really cool. Super excited there. I'm happy to stay live here. If people want to, I do have a Bowman breakup on the site, so we could do that. Otherwise, I just wanted to pop on, show everybody the cards, especially these two. I'm happy with those. Really nice to get 3 other pristines. A Jace Young on a sapphire. I mean, that's rare. Super, super rare. How's it going, Snips? So I'm really excited for this one too. But overall, really good submission. So 3 pristines, 1 black label. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gem mints. Pretty nice. And then, unfortunately, we have those. Well, we have 3 9s. So that's too bad. But again, I can't complain. Pretty good submission overall. While I'm on here, while you guys are in chat, do any of you have questions over anything? I prefer BGS. I know a lot of people still like to go to PSA. Quite a few people do SGC as well. But this is what I prefer. Why do I prefer it? To get things like this. You also know why the centering, the edges, the corner, the surface. Why did it not grade so well? Just have a card like this, for example. The surface being an 8, then you kind of know why. Because everything else might be great. That's why I prefer Beckett. PSA could look at this. You might think, oh, no, the centering's great. The edges, the corners, I don't understand. Being that it's a sapphire, and like JML said too, with all of the cracks, the colors, the cracked ice back here. These are really hard to see on the surfaces. The surface issues they have make it really difficult, but that's why getting a good grade, like on this one, make it that much more exciting and fun. Hey Clinton, how's it going? Yeah, I'm happy. So, you know, can't complain. Yeah, I think so too. I really wish this card had graded a little higher. I figured I would grade the auto on this one just because I have a couple of his other cards, but his J here, as you can see, has a big loop on it. A couple of the other autos I have of his, he signs off of the sticker and they go down like this. There's a little cut at the bottom of the J, and then the line comes back up and over. So a lot of his, if you are able to get a 10, especially through Beckett, if you get a 10 autograph from Beckett of Jackson Holiday, that is a rare card because his, I'm telling you, his signature, especially the J, comes off the stickers and then back over, and then you have the H. So I thought I would give this one a try just because to me it looks like most of it is on the card and you actually can see the loop here, but I don't know. I guess there's still something missing that I didn't see because that one got a 9. I don't know. If you guys have any thoughts or ideas, let me know. That's kind of the hard thing, right, Snips? You have some awesome looking cards, things that you think look good, and then without all the magnifying glass, the super bright lights, the right angles to see everything, like on this card, it's really hard. I have no personal attachment to the Cubs or Christopher Morel, but I figured I would take a chance on this one. I thought it looked good. I did what I could with the card to make it look nice. You need these microfiber cloths, but still something on the surface that I couldn't see. Hey, Wiggy. Yeah, I'll do a quick run through. I know I see a few other people in here that weren't here earlier, but I'll just do a run through just to see. So we'll start with the 9s. We have right here, Black Sapphire, 10 out of 10. Christopher Morel, 10 and 10. The surface got an 8. That really hurts. No, there's 3 different ones, Wiki. So this is one of them, but there's a couple others that I was looking for too. Jackson Holiday, the autograph here, this one did get a 9. The surface got an 8.5. On this one, I don't really know. The only thing I can see a little bit of something right here. I don't know exactly what, if that's on the card or if that is part of the, I'm assuming it's on the card, but like these chrome sections, all of this part looks good, but auto was 9, the card got 9, so there's that one. And then this one piece, surface got an 8.5. I'm assuming because of the background here. See if I can show you. Yeah, there we go. So looking at it at this angle, the background on this card, because it's like a water type thing, there's tons of like crosses and back patterns and things like that. So I don't know if that made it hard to see if it was a scratch or was that part of the design or something like that, but I can kind of see why this got a rough surface grade. Go over the 9.5s next. should have put these in order of, I know we had, let's see, that one has 9. Five, 9, 5. Perfect. So we'll go like this. So this one, 2 9/5s, 2 10s. Getting a 10 out of any grade here, especially coming from Beckett, is always a good thing. Another reason that I said this was a good submission. There's a lot of 10 subgrades, which is really nice. But overall, most of the cards are still a 9/5. So another reason that the black labels here are so hard to get. Again, 2 9/5s, 2 10s. Love the artwork on this card. Just, these cards are beautiful. I love these one-piece cards. So nice. So 2 9/5s, 2 10s, Sabo. The first 1 of 1 that I ever pulled will be part of my plaque. Trying to do the first 1 of 1 of each sport once I can get all of those. But this is the first 1 of 1 that I ever pulled out of a blaster box. So 9/5, 2 9/5s, 2 10s. Martin Truex Jr. I thought this card looked so good. 3 9/5s and a 10. This is kind of more typical of what you'll see coming out of Beckett. A lot of 9/5, just the straight, like, yeah, that's a good card. It's a gem mint, nothing to complain about, but not like a pristine, especially a black label pristine. Just kind of a, yeah, you got that card out of the pack, you sent it to us. Yeah, it's in good condition. That's what the Beckett 9/5s are, the gem mint here, which is equivalent to the PSA 10. Just doesn't sell for as much. This one, oh, this one's gonna be a hard one to live down. I knew there was a scratch right here. There's a little dimple right there. I can't believe everything else got a 10. Look at that. 10, 10, 10, 9. I'm not at all surprised. I get it. But that is just, that's heartbreaking. I mean, on a downtown to get all those grades. Tough. Tough, tough. Same here. Close to a black label, if I had been paying closer attention, it looks so obvious to me at this point in time. Definitely right heavy on the border here compared to the left side. Why I didn't see that on the centering before, I don't know. But 10, 10, 10, 9. Again, super close. We'll do the Caitlin Clark next. Getting the 10 on the on-card auto. 2 9/5s, 2 10s. There's only 3 of these graded. This is, I mean, it still technically is the same grade as the other 2. The other 2, however, only had 9s and 9/5s for the subgrades. So this is the highest graded one that is currently out. We'll see if there are others to be graded coming soon. But this is the highest one. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. Out of a pop 3 card. Most of these are PSA done. This one is actually a pretty huge card to get a pristine on a Bowman, a sapphire of any kind. That's pretty good right there. A surface of a 10. That's huge. I really wish I knew what was wrong with the corners. But to be 1 off of a black label for that, 10, 10, 10, 9, 5. On a Sapphire card, that's huge. I don't know. I'm not sure what corner, but oh well. Can't complain with the 10. Then we have a couple other one-piece cards here. 3 10s and a 9 5 also, which they marked the centering here. I'm guessing it's the top to bottom. That would be, yeah, that's probably my guess here. This is just a little thicker than this bottom one. So that's why the centering's off here. And on this one, I don't know. It's hard to say. If I had to guess, I would say maybe right to left, a little bit thicker on the right here compared to the left. Maybe, but I really don't know. And then my first black label, the pre-release winner, Monkey D. Luffy, right here. Love it, love it, love it. But that's the collection. Thank you for watching. Happy to get that open and out. If you guys want, there is a break available on the site. Otherwise, we will just try to run that Bowman break on Friday. And then I'll put up a basketball one as well. Yeah, right, Snips? Especially if it's on card like this, just to keep that one. I'm sure a lot of them is coming from Panini when WNBA drops this year. I bet a lot of them are probably going to be the sticker autos. Actually, I don't know. Did she sign with Topps? I don't even know that. Maybe? I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to look and see. But to have an on-card auto like this, that's really cool. So, wanted to get that one graded when I could. Hey, JTS. Yeah, right? I know you were asking, but now you can see. Being a Caitlin Clark fan, yes, I was very thankful. If you didn't know, JTS did send a couple of the Topps Now cards of Caitlin Clark. So, very much I appreciate those, but I did see that too, Snips. That is because Harrison Jr. does not want to sign. He doesn't want to fulfill the deal that he agreed to. So I get it, but he's also asking for more money, which I get that part as well. I don't know. It's tough. Tough. I mean, I guess so, JTS, but yeah, this one's kind of nice. Pulling this out of the Bowman Chrome Hue. I was so excited to get this out of there, just for the product review too. Definitely on a product review, this is by far the best card that I pulled. This is out of Pop 3. This is the highest one graded, so super excited to have that. I know, right, Emma? And that's the thing. He did sign he signed the contract. He needs to sign it, so I get what he's trying to do, but he also signed the contract. So sign the cards. If you don't want to renew the contract, that's one thing. He signed a 2-year deal. He's only 1 year in. Don't re-sign. But you can't just back out of the contract you already signed. Just my thoughts. It's usually how things work in real life. So we'll see what happens with that whole situation. But we'll also have to see what happens with her. Is she going to sign a Topps deal? Is a Fanatics deal? Is she going to sign a Panini deal? I don't know. If she does sign Panini, I'm very happy to say that I have this card, though, being that this one is from Topps. Because if she can't sign at Topps later on, well, I'm glad I have this one. But that's it. That is the collection. And put the black label at the home there. That just doesn't seem right. I thought I remembered reading that, JTS. I know Angel Reese did. And I thought I remembered that Caitlin Clark did also, but I wasn't for sure. So I didn't want to say on here because I don't want to mislead anybody. But I think I remember hearing that too. I just can't say for sure. And if that's the case, that makes this card even more rare because no more tops. The next question in line, though, NBA going back to Fanatics, NFL going to Fanatics, right? MLB going to Fanatics. Who's going to pick up WNBA? Panini? Fanatics? Just have to wait and see. All I know is that most of it is because of her, so I am very happy to have this card. Whatever happens in the future, she is changing the game, not just for women herself, but as far as viewers, as far as the country tuning in, the sponsorships, the national attention that WNBA is getting itself, being on TV, things like that. She is changing the game in a way because of what Michael Jordan did for basketball back in the early 90s. Same with Larry Bird. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. They kind of renewed basketball, right? We had people who renewed baseball. Talk about WNBA. It's her. Oh, that would be so cool, Emma. I 100% agree with you. If Upper Deck signed the contract for WNBA, I am fully on board with that one. I love that idea. My opinion, I love Topps Chrome. That's part of how I got started. But Upper Deck has the best card designs, the best inserts, just like their creativity and their just thought process for everything. I fully support Upper Deck. I love what they do with all of the stuff. If they took that WNBA deal, that would be awesome. Okay, good to know, JTS. So yeah, there you have it. I don't know how long that contract is, but you're not going to get another Topps auto out of her. She is signed to Panini, which means no more of these. Makes it even more special. There we have it. Do we want to try it to run a Bowman break, or should we just call it a day and we'll see you all on Friday? I know, right, Emma? Who knows? We'll see. Just gotta wait it out. There's only 10 people in here, so I'm going to say it'd be probably pretty hard to try to sell out that break right now. We could. I do see a couple orders, so I'll be on for a little bit here. If people want spots in that, I do see a couple orders coming through, so I'll just stay on here for a little while. I know it's going to be hard going against Shy City. I know that Stitches is going now. I mostly wanted to do this, but if we happen to run a Bowman break as well, you can bet that I will do that. We are at, what did it say? So there's 6 full spots and then 11 fillers. So I can hang out, at least for a little bit here, see if we can run that break. This was the big plan of the day, was just to go over this. Have you watched much of the WNBA this year, Emma? Let's see, we got 8 people in here. What are we at? 20 likes? Not too bad. So I know most people are probably heading over to Hitman's stream to go into Shy's breaks right now. Hey, Rasani, how's it going? But I'll be on here, oh, I don't know. Let's give it at least a couple more minutes just to see if you guys want a spot in Bowman. There are some orders that came through. That does not run today. We will just go ahead and plan to run that on Friday. I'll put up another basketball break, so I can do that too. Hey man, Jim, how's it going? But yeah, I really wanted to show off the cards just to reveal them and see what we got. A couple new people popping in. I'll show you the big hits because you're getting in here now, but those are the biggies. I guess this one's probably there too. But coming out of Beckett, really good grades. Happy with that one, especially with these. Pop 3, this is the highest grade out of all of them so far. So really proud there. Super proud of this one. Picking that up from the show and then grading a black label here. And then getting a pristine on the Bowman First Sapphire of Jace Young. Just the base Sapphire, but to get that grade out of a Beckett card, super nice. Thanks, Rasani. Yeah. First black label that I've gotten, so I'm super excited to get this one. If you missed the story, this was a card that I went to the card show looking for. I didn't find it until the very end, right before I was going to leave, and I was like, oh, let me take another look around, and we'll see. So I walked around the tables. I finally found one. This was the very last card I picked up. Took that all, dropped all of this off at Beckett, and got it back today. So dropped it off on April 20th, exactly 1 month ago. Got everything back today. So it didn't take too long. I just did their basic lowest level service. And here we go. Already have it. Because I highly, highly prefer Beckett over PSA Epic. Because of all of the subgrades, you know what's wrong with the card. I feel like they are much more consistent as far as PSA. Obviously, yes, it's people. People make errors, but as far as consistency goes, Beckett is so much more consistent than PSA is. You can send one card in, you'll get a 6, you send it back, and then you get a 10. You might have a different grade with Beckett, but the chances that you see a Beckett grade of a 6 and a 10 are not very high. Unless, and I will tell you the one thing, it is because it was a 10 at one point, so you break open the plastic here. If everything grades nicely, and the surface is like a 6 or something, kind of like my Jackson Holiday here, because of that grade being an 8.5 and such, because of the surface, could break this open and then buff out whatever you see, then you could get a higher grade. But if it's not due to the surface or anything like that, chances that you see a crazy different grade in Beckett are not very high. They're much more consistent. They have better reasoning. I feel like they take their time, do a better job with it. My opinion, not to mention, you can also see why you got the grade you got. So that is why I prefer Beckett, especially for PC cards. Now, if you want to get the most money, you got to send them to PSA because that's just what most people prefer. I do not. I never have and I never will. Beckett is who I will go through. This is my PC. Second would be SGC. But if you did just hop in, that's kind of the big stuff we were looking at. I'll show you a quick review. Here's the downtowns. This one, 3 10s and a 9, kind of rough. Lots of lots of other 9.5s. Most of the submission was a 9.5. We'll just run through those once again. There's some 10s. The Arena Club cards, they do look nice. I agree. And then there's the 9s. But that's kind of it. It doesn't look like I see any more orders coming through. So I will plan on just running the Bowman break on Friday. Most of that is gone now. 6 full spots left. But I will plan on running that break on Friday. And then I'll put up a basketball. And we'll go from there. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sure I'll probably see you over in Shai's stream. So, yeah. We will see you all Friday.